Welcome to Mount Elgon National Park. Outside our comfort zone and within the jungles of eastern Uganda, we navigated the thick forest vegetation to explore the ancient caves. Buckle up. We started our trek with Isma, my guide, dropping by to say hello to family who live at the outskirts of the national park. These are his nieces. Sandra, the older one, was brave enough to join our venture where the courageous only dream of going. Mount Elgon National Park is a place of wonder, intrigue, excitement, and harbours a lot of exploits. It is a place for those who yearn for the thrill of discovery. We were guided by our experienced guides Richard and Joe, who were no strangers to the forest. Mountain hiking, primate and bird watching, viewpoints which include cliffs and waterfalls, nature walks, cave exploitations, mountain biking, rock climbing are some of the exploits this park has to offer. Most people will visit Mount Elgon National Park to hike and make their way to Wagagai Peak, which is at 4,321 meters. The park in Uganda is surrounded by areas of Bukwa district, Kwen, Bulamburi, Tironko, Bududa, Kapchora, Mbale and Manafa. Our attention today was well focused on the famous Kawuka caves. We had already been hiking for the day, and this was the icing on the cake. I was rebuked by my hamstrings, as they had been abused for the last 5 hours of trekking without sufficient warning and training. For around 5 minutes they rebelled, and I could not move. Finally, after gentle coercion, I was allowed to move. This made me extra cautious for the rest of the trek. Mount Elgon National Park is blessed with multiple water points, and some of this water is harvested to supply some areas in Mbale city.
Namsimba, you come to Bududa, so Mbale where we are in now. So you go to Sironko, you go to Bududa, then you go to Kapchorwa.
And that's all Mount Elgon National Park?
Mount Elgon National Park.
Okay.
So you go to Mbale now, sub-region, that is Kapchorwa, Kwen and Bukwa.
Wow.
So Bukwa is the last.
Okay, and Bududa as well?
Bududa, no, Namsimba is also
Namsimba is the last of the other side. So that's
Kenya.
all part of the
Mount Elgon
National Park?
National Park.
Wow.
So Bududa, Namsimba is the last bordering Kenya from this side. Then Bukwa, Swam is also bordering Kenya from this side. So now all this is Mount Elgon.
Wow. But now there are some houses in here.
No, this is a community. So before it goes like this. So
this is a community. Okay. So the forest passes here then.
Passes like this.
Okay.
As you see, this is the boundary. This
Okay. Okay. Extreme is Namusimba. Okay.
From Namsimba you go to Kenya.
Kenya. Okay. And the small ones here is Bududa.
Bududa is
Okay, that's the one there which has got a peak in there. Okay. The eucalyptus trees to the right demarcate where the forest ends and where the community area starts. The melodies of nature accompanied us as we forged our way through the thick vegetation. I must be honest, the place was oozing with peace and tranquility until we arrived. We exchanged roles as Isma took to the camera and went behind the lens. Mount Elgon National Park comprises of 4 vegetation zones, which include the montane forest, acacia shrubs with open expanses of grassland, bamboo and Afro-alpine. It straddles across Uganda and Kenya, with the Ugandan part covering 1,110 square kilometers and the Kenyan part 169 square kilometers. The Ugandan part was gazetted in 1992. I was cautioned to take extra care while walking as the ground was slippery. My shoes did not inspire confidence. They were the worst shoes to choose for this trek. Timing is crucial. Visiting in the dry season is the perfect time, as the paths are impassable during the rainy season. Some of these trails need an adventurous spirit, as going on all fours was inevitable at times. The rains had decimated one of the small footbridges that connects to the other side of the national park. We were on a mission to get to the ancient caves, and nothing was going to stop us. Fortunately, we were glad Isma did not get rid of the walking sticks, as they came in really handy. Besides providing the extra support, we are also good at clearing the shrubs from our path. The tree canopies gave way to a dry trail paved with brown, crunchy and crispy leaves that padded the path we traveled. I was baptized the old man on the trail, exhausted, thirsty, sweaty, struggling to place one foot in front of the other. My frame needed extra support. Every department of my legs was complaining. Every step forward felt like a magnificent triumph. Inspired by Sandra, we picked up a few edible plants from the forest to boost our glucose levels and to hydrate ourselves. She was also picking vegetables for cooking to supplement her dinner. The trick lies in knowing what is edible and what is not, as all the green leaves look the same to me.
So you're eating medicine.
But it feels so sweet.
So sweet.
Makeshift ladders were fairly common on the trail, as they were the only sensible way of navigating the forest with dignity. Since we embarked on our travels for the day, we had done up to 11k. From the entrance of the park to the Kawuka caves, We were advised that the distance was about 2 to 3 kilometers, but it felt like walking for ages. The green blanket of the national park stretched as far as the eyes could see. This was the moment of truth. It had been a mountain of hard work to get here. One by one, we climbed up the slippery makeshift ladder to see for ourselves what lied beneath these tropical vibes. We were not disappointed, to say the least. These are the famous Kawuka caves. Folklore has it, the gentleman who lived here was called Kawuka and he had 2 wives. The first wife was called Wanale and the second one was called Musano. Wanale lived in the first cave, whereas Musano lived in the second cave. Nature has a way of making one submissive and bowing down to it. If you did not oblige, then you risked walking away with a few souvenirs as bumps on the head. It's only those who had decided to grow short that could walk with their heads held high up. Certain artifacts were noted in the caves, and one is left to speculate as to why they are there. People use some of these places for all sorts, depending on their beliefs. High on the list are cultural rituals. Oh my god. Oh wow, wow. Wow. That is too far. So probably another 60 meters from here. I think we'll stop here. Too far. Sandra is standing. Okay. We're checking on the second cave where the second wife used to sleep. The second cave for the second wife was thought to be self-contained, and it was not as deep as the previous one. It had a few bats whose peace was disturbed by our presence.
Someone left their axe in there.
Come with different reasons.
Yes, thank you so much. It's amazing.
At 12 o'clock, that's where we started our trek earlier on, and we had covered nearly 13k by now. Red ants. Some of the national park occupants, one has to be extremely careful of not to allow inside their trousers. We were able to spot Wagagai Peak in the distance at 12 o'clock, which is the highest peak of Mount Elgon at 4,321 meters. Namazo waterfall is another waterfall that we came across. Its waters are known to terrorize its neighbors in the rainy season. You wouldn't want to live nearby. This trek added a new chapter to my tale, and it left me with memories that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. It helped me knit my own tapestry of experience and knowledge. I hope you have enjoyed the above trek. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. Till next time.